I honestly can't believe that the Koreas are signing a peace treaty.
Yeah, that's almost unheard of.
Yeah, that they signed the ceasefire in 53?
Something like that.
I think it was
I don't know
53.
the exact details.
But that is insane that they've officially been at war for so long and now they're actually going to sign a peace treaty.
Hopefully, unless something horribly
Unless something goes wrong, which,
in
considering
this climate,
someone orange might interfere.
yeah,
Darn it.
try and take credit and make things worse.
Yeah. Or make a stupid threat.
Yeah,
But anyway, that's a thing that's happening, which is pretty amazing.
yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
Hopefully that
Hopefully
will
it's
go
great. But we're not here to talk about peace treaties and whatnot. We're here to talk about ponies. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Pony 411. This is episode 220 for the week of April 29th, 2018, and I am Nemesis, and I am joined, as always, by Alcatraz. Yeah. We don't have a lot of news this week.
What are you talking about? We have tons of news.
We have, like, almost nothing, practically. It's very threadbare, but we do have it. And we also have two comics, which we would have talked about last week, but maybe it's best we actually, do them this week to fill out time.
Yeah.
And we have the new episode, which is great because it's Celestia focused.
Yay!
And we have fan content.
Yay!
Quite a bit there, actually.
Yeah,
Not a whole lot of
it's a
fan
normal
stuff, but
load.
more music than last time.
Yeah, it's a normal load, I would
Yeah.
say.
And we're also recording a little early because we got to go see Infinity War tonight.
Yes,
Yeah.
but no one will notice that because we always release later.
Yeah, no one will know until... so if you try to spoil us too late, we already saw it.
Yes.
But yes, we should probably go ahead and get started with the news. If you want to follow along with it, go to pony411.libsyn.com/shownotes. It's spelled LIBSYN, and you go there and click all the links for all few of it. So let's go ahead and get started with conventions. BronyCon has announced Sarah Richards, Michelle Krieber, and Gabriel Brown. And the complete Everfree Northwest schedule is now available.
So go get to planning your
It
event.
actually was available last week after we recorded. Go
Yeah,
figures.
it popped up right after because that's always how it happens.
But it's up if you want to plan, if you're going to Everfree.
Yep.
Plan around.
Gonna be there. It's gonna be good.
And in fandom news, the Ponies Sim-esque game just released their soundtrack on YouTube. If you want to check that out, it's very similar to the Sims soundtrack, so very relaxing for the most part. Good music to build a house to,
Yay!
or light your sim on fire to. And in merchandise news, the second wave of the 35th anniversary brushables have appeared on Amazon UK, if you're interested in the G1 stuff.
Old school ponies.
Mhm. And the 12-inch Cadence plush has been listed on Amazon.
12 inches.
It's one of the weird Hasbro ones. It's got brushable hair. They're doing that now.
Oh, yeah, those ones.
So, there you go. If you're interested in Cadence.
Go get your love horse.
And finally, really, this is the
That's
end.
it.
Equestria Girls news. The Salty Sails short has been released on YouTube.
Yar.
Watch them go on a boat.
On a boat. I'm on a boat!
Yep. And that's the news.
I guess we can throw the ABBA thing in.
Yeah. Abba's
ABBA's
reunited.
coming back to make a couple songs.
That's crazy in
newsworthy.
itself. Yeah. Lots of crazy things happening this week.
Lots of crazy things.
So much law and air and watching news hosts become increasingly uncomfortable.
Oh. That was wonderful.
Yeah. But anyway, we have things to talk about. Our pony still, like the comics, like I said.
Yes.
Two comics. And we'll go ahead and start with the Legends of Magic Annual. It's a thicker than usual. We're
Thick.
used to that. The annuals are bigger. Have a thicker binding. Almost actually like almost a trade paperback in a sense.
Almost.
Anyway, this one is written by Jeremy Whitley with art by Brenda Hickey and colors by Heather Beckel, as usual for this series. And let's see, in which, starts with a bunch of mirrors set up in the castle, and the sisters, that is Celestia and Luna, are a little concerned. It's like, what in the world is this? And then a whole bunch of demon things pop out of them and, well, capture the sisters and whatnot. And also, Starscroll gets sucked through a mirror, and then he winds up having to find the legends. Find them all, get the sisters back. Because they're trapped in another world.
Yep.
And that's the basic gist of the story.
Yep.
Another adventure.
Adventure.
It's kind of interesting.
It is.
You got alternate universe stuff, and then you got the villain who seems to or knows who they are and all that stuff.
Yes. It is interesting. It sets up some interesting lore I want to see more of.
Probably whatever.
Which frustrates me because it's like you set this up and then drop it. It's like,
Yeah.
It's sort of a what if kind of a situation too in that world.
The world is a what if. So, yeah, there's this whole thing is just them kind of watch this strange world and finding a new villain to fight and
learning about themselves, I guess, in a little bit.
A little bit.
I actually do kind of like the ending.
Yeah, kind of neat.
How they did that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I was just kind of like, it's all right. I don't know what
it's nothing I'm cheering. It's not bad, but it's not like I'm going like, oh yes, this is absolutely amazing. You have to get it.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice, I guess, extra story, but it doesn't really feel that necessary.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
It kind of leaves you hanging in some ways too.
Yeah.
It's like, So yeah, that's the thing. Also, it's double the price. It's $8 instead of $4. So it's like, I'm not sure if I can recommend it totally. I mean,
I guess it depends on how invested you are in the series.
I mean, we got
it's not a bad
Somnambula.
story.
I guess that's a thing.
What?
Cheerleader Somnambula.
Oh yeah, that was great. I love Somnambula. Somnambula's great.
But other than that, it's like, it's fine.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed some of it. It's like,
if
sometimes it feels like they kind of took the story and kind of stretched it out more than they needed to. Really.
Maybe a little bit just to get it to annual length.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's not perfect. But I guess it depends on how much $8 is worth to you.
Yeah, I mean,
if that's a lot of money for you, then you might want to hold off. But if it's not that much, go ahead and get it.
Yeah,
I guess
it's kind of cool ending though, and that's about it, really.
Yeah, unfortunately it does set up like a cliffhanger. Like there should be more, like another story. There is
kind
none.
of.
It's like there's more going on here.
Well, in a way, it does kind of more or less lead into the season 7 finale.
Yeah, it's not really a cliffhanger, but it does it opens up this new lore that we'll never see explored. It's like
and also in this way ties into Equestria Girls and whatnot, as well. So yeah, it kind of has some cool ideas. The thing is, just a cool idea is just not fully realized.
Yeah.
So it just kind of feels like it didn't quite live up to the potential it had, and that's kind of a disappointment. I mean, it's still somewhat entertaining. I think it's just one of those you should probably wait for it to be on sale before you go ahead and buy it.
Oh yeah, like I said, it depends on how much $8 is worth to you.
Yeah, there's just enough there, but for some people, I think for a lot of us, it's gonna be like, wait for sale. But the other one we have is issue number 65 of Friendship is Magic, and it's apparently called Love by the Sun, based off the cover here. And it's written by Thom Zahler with art by Andy Price and colors by Heather Breckel. In which, Celestia goes out in disguise among the populace to find out how things are going. Get the opinions of the populace without them being intimidated by her and whatnot, and just to hang out. And then the amulet she's using to do so gets stolen.
Yay!
And it turns out these are little child thieves led by some old woman. And one of them gets corrupted by the amulet.
What is it with amulets and corrupting people?
I don't know. Yeah, so it's an interesting story.
It is.
It kind of feels weird. It's like, why are you using an amulet that's like that? It's just a weird thing. It's used as changeling magic.
Old changeling
magic. And it's like, so why did that corrupt? I don't know. It's just a thing, I guess, because otherwise there's no real problem.
I guess.
It almost feels like the
They could have done it differently
is there
without
just
it.
for the sake of making it a problem.
Except that they barely used it as a problem.
Yeah, it's barely used. So it feels almost like what's the corrupting element there for? It just uses disguise and it corrupts you, except for Celestia because she's powerful enough to withstand it. That just feels like a weird thing.
It does feel a little bit weird.
Beyond that, though, it's kind of neat. It's just also weird. Just, this is a concept I've seen a lot of fanfics of Celestia in disguise. So it's kind of weird seeing it actually done, I guess, in B canon.
Yeah, in a sort of official manner.
Mm-hmm. Well, in official manner, just in the B canon.
Yeah.
Andy Price does good artwork again. Some odd faces, I think, here and there. I think there's a couple bits I was like, look at. I went, that's just weird looking. And yeah, some of the faces just wind up looking a little odd, I think.
There were a lot of cool callbacks to earlier things.
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning.
And of course,
Bunch
you got
of stuff.
Twilight, who just doesn't believe this pony just randomly says, I'm Celestia, because why would you?
Why would you?
But until Celestia tells her something that only Celestia and
Prometheus
Twilight would know.
spell?
Promethea, yep. Only
Wasn't
the two of them
Prometheus-
could possibly know.
Yeah, wasn't Prometheus the one who brought fire to humans?
Well, Prometheus, but yeah, Promethea spell.
Yeah, same root word, so I wonder if there's a relation. Did she set fire to something and they hit it?
I don't know.
I want to know. I want to
Burn
know what
stuff.
happened.
Burn stuff. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's just
It's
kind of
nice. I liked it.
it's likable. Yeah, I just feel like that central problem is just kind of weirdly
The
forced.
the corrupting thing.
It just feels really forced.
Yeah, that
Like, the
that could have
problem.
been.
I mean,
written
you already have the
differently,
problem
but-
if someone stole it.
Yeah, and
I mean, if they change it to like like maybe old lady is trying to force the kid to use it to steal stuff more, then yeah, I think it would have worked a little bit better.
well, it's sort of what they were going to do, except
They're
they were going to use it for
supposed to be doing, but-
themselves. She was going to use it for herself, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's like if it was like that, if they went a lot more along those lines rather than it just corrupts you, and then it's
I
weird.
think they felt like they needed more criticality to get retrieving it, and just the disguising.
I don't know, but it
they-
doesn't
I
really
don't
feel
know.
like it was.
But then they didn't really use
necessary.
it that much.
It's like we gotta do it now. It's like I don't know. It's like we gotta do this now. It's like well, it worked.
They need to do it now because of the corrupting thing, but then they didn't really use the corrupting thing that much.
The
It
corrupting thing was
like,
just felt like a kind of almost useless add-on. It's like it's there and it doesn't really affect much of anything.
yeah.
Not really.
They just needed a reason for them to freak out.
Yeah, honestly, it should be enough just to be like, yeah, there's a thief who can now just change their look at will.
Yeah.
That should have been enough.
Yep.
Whatever. It's still an enjoyable story. I just feel like that's a weird thing that didn't really need to be there. Yeah, it's fine, and there's like a lot of nice little dialogue bits, but yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of that's just a weird thing. It's just like
It's
why?
only one little thing though, so
well, it's the weird thing.
it's kind of core, but it is
it's-
only one part.
Yeah, it's just odd. It's just kind of why is that a thing? Whatever. Otherwise, other than that, it's actually pretty decent. I still recommend checking it out.
Yeah, I'd still go get it.
So that's it for the comics.
Yay!
So we have to move on to the new episode of the show, which is Horseplay.
Oh boy.
So as a quick synopsis, Twilight writes a play for Celestia's 1111th sun-raising anniversary thing. And, and Celestia's so excited and then casually mentions that she's never been in theater. And so Twilight says, you can be the lead actress. And, well, at first there's resistance, but she goes along with it. And so she comes along and turns out she's pretty bad at it. And, well, in her bad acting actually has a cascading effect, and that causes everything to go wrong. And they try to give her lessons and everything, but everything's just falling apart. It's pretty clear she doesn't know what she's doing. She never will be a good actress. And then Twilight snaps, and Celestia finds out and gets upset, and Twilight have to go after her. They talk a bit, and they're able to. Celestia steps down from the actress role and goes to a stagehand role, and they get the play on successfully, and that's it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
I really enjoyed this episode quite a bit. This was a really nice thing where, again, more Twilight and Celestia interaction, Celestia being in the spotlight in general. It was a lot of fun to watch, actually.
In the spotlight.
Yes.
Literally.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll echo that statement. It was a lot of fun. I'm not a huge fan of some of the cringe humor, but it wasn't that heavy in this episode, so not like some of the other previous episodes. But it was a lot of fun, and I also really wanted to see a Celestia Focus episode, and I'm happy that we got one.
Yay, another one.
So,
Another one.
yeah.
The thing is, I've seen this echoed on the internet a bit, and this was one of my initial reactions when I watched it, which is the middle bit when they have the acting class of sorts, or the workshop is
Yes.
to call it. Celestia gets kind of dumb.
Yeah,
And people...
that is one of my
That is,
complaints,
I think, the
too.
one big complaint about this episode is Celestia is extra dumb. Like, they
Just
pretend
like
to be in a box, and she's like, what box?
Just goes
Are you Cole?
super naive.
It's...
Like, how can you be around for over 1,000 years and not know what a mime is?
Yeah, it comes across really weird. It's like, I know they're trying to sell the idea that
She's completely...
she doesn't know how to act,
oblivious.
but at the same time, it feels like it goes way too far and just goes into just idiot ball territory, if using TV tropes. It's like a one thing. It's just, I think it would have been better if they had it just, she's trying to do the same thing, like failing at it. Like the whole, in the box thing, just...
And just not doing it
falling
well.
over, or just like not getting it, or it's falling over, or just can't seem to find a spot to put her hooves.
It's like at the very beginning she doesn't even understand what pretending means.
Yeah,
it's like you knew about plays, you knew what plays are. Obviously, you know what a play is and what a play is about, and then suddenly you forgot.
Yeah, and
then suddenly you remember again.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of weird though, just having them have to go all the way to the basic of charades, and she's even bad at that.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you try and play the charade of my overwhelming love for all of Equestria, you can't really charade that.
Although, why was she trying to charade that?
That's the question. Why would you try?
That's something simple.
That's
like,
the whole point.
I don't know, a tree.
A tree.
Or
a pony.
It's kind of strange. It's just that one spot right there, I think, was the weak point, just because it takes Celestia and makes her extra, well, just it makes her dumb.
Yeah.
And it's just
unreasonably naive.
Yeah. It's just really hard to buy it.
Yeah. Breaks my suspension of disbelief.
But yeah, other than that, though, that's the one low part, I'll honestly say. On
my immersion.
Yeah, other than that, it's actually, again, lots of fun there. Just Celestia, like in the beginning when Twilight first tells Celestia about the play, Celestia literally prances around the room in excitement, and it's just like, oh yeah, like it's like I'm liking this whole thing because early seasons, Celestia was just this stoic, advice dispenser,
stiff upper lip,
and now they're actually, well, for lack of a better term, humanizing her.
Yes, actually. Making her
They've been
real
doing that over the
person.
last couple of seasons, so that's been a nice thing to see.
Yeah, it is.
And we even later when Twilight snaps, we see Celestia actually reacting like someone would when that's like, that hurts. She's hurt. Yeah. She's actually hurt and emotionally. And so we see that, and that's really nice. Just kind of Celestia almost giving Twilight the cold shoulder, which like we don't really see.
Yeah.
We've seen that like once, and that was way back in season 2, and that was even then. That was and
that was Celestia was kind of in the wrong on that one. That was
you have a lot to think about.
Yes, that one
whole thing.
But Twilight was right.
Yeah, I know.
In that case.
Yeah, and this is just weird. It's like just seeing that in Twilight, and I'll remember that also the season 3 premiere. Twilight's worst fear is being shunned by Celestia.
Mm-hmm.
So this must have terrified her.
Well, it obviously did, which is why I was like, no, I'm not going to tell her.
Not that particular, but after when Celestia did just fly off, Twilight must have been flipping out internally.
Yeah.
I got to go after her. No, you can't. That was Twilight's immediate thing was, I got to fix this. So, yeah, it's also nice that, Applejack being Applejack, you got to tell her the truth. Tell her the truth.
Tell her the truth.
Tell her the truth.
Oh, now you gave me a sad. R.I.P. Robin Williams.
Yeah, tell the princess the truth. That you love her. I mean, no, wait.
Wait, no.
This isn't one of my fanfics.
This is not one of your... That's the wrong ship for you.
Twilight's just fine. But, Yeah, that's the thing. Also, it's like they make this big deal about oh no, Celestia is going to be a bad actress in this thing. It's like, but I'm like, yeah, but it's a school play.
It's a school play.
Those are notorious for having bad actors.
Yeah.
Because usually they're kids, but these are kind of not.
They're like teenagers, which still aren't that great.
Yeah. Well, some of them are, but typically you aren't in the school play for your acting ability. It's because the teacher told you to.
Yeah, you're in the school play because, well, you're the only one there.
I got to be a tree. In the school play. That usually means you were exceptionally bad. Because that means you just stand there and smile.
We're going to put a hole in this prop so you can put your face in it just so we can say we put you on stage.
Man.
Just so we have a role for you.
Mm-hmm. What also is interesting is just the 1,111th anniversary since the first time she raised the sun.
It's her 11th birthday.
Yeah.
Wait, no, wrong story.
Yeah. But it's kind of like they actually put a hard date on something, which is they don't usually do.
That's... What's the term we call that? Cannon fodder?
Yeah, that's... We know that Luna was abandoned, well, 1,000 years ago in the beginning of the show. At this point, it's been a couple years and indeterminate, but it's been several at least.
Yeah. It's been a few years.
So that means that somewhere around like a neighborhood of over this. So Celestia and Luna, I guess, first came into power, so to speak, about 100 years before Luna went corrupt and all that stuff.
Or something like that, depending on numbers.
Mm-hmm.
No more than 111 years.
Yeah. Well, it'd be less than that just because, again...
So I said no more.
It'd have to be less than that just because
Just under, yeah.
Of the... It's not been only years.
Yeah.
But that was that's kind of a weird thing that they actually gone ahead and put a hard number there. I mean, it's a hard number for something that really isn't super relevant.
Yeah,
for the
you
show.
didn't need to put a hard number on that.
Like if they did something like actually told us the CMC's age or something, then we'd freak out.
Yeah, I think they just wanted to play with the number, the one's anniversary. It's like 11th birthday from
one's anniversary
from the
which
Hobbit.
apparently Pinkie Pie knew about it.
That was
Yeah, even Celestia didn't remember it.
I
mean, at the same time, it's like you don't really expect her to because, again, it's been over 1,000 years.
Over 1,000 years.
10,000.
That's also an odd number. Yeah. I mean, it's not really it's sort of a milestone number, but usually put those on even numbers.
Yeah.
The 1,000 year, the 2,000 year.
But yeah, it's also... I remember some of the stuff in this episode actually came up in the Journal of Two Sisters book, although I think it's been a little different. I think in the Journal of Two Sisters there are more unicorns. Like, they're talking about how they raised the sun back in the day. There are more unicorns. And this one's like, yeah, they straight up just, after one attempt at raising the sun, they lost their magic.
Forever.
Except for Star Swirl, for some reason.
Because that would really put a hole in canon.
Theorize the Star Swirl's actually a villain.
He was using this to drain their magic to keep himself.
Or he's just a selfish jerk.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't lose my magic. I'm Star Swirl.
Someone has to be able to train the next team.
Well, can't it be me?
Although it's like, how often did they raise the sun?
Might it be daily?
So they're losing. So what?
They're burning through unicorns.
5 unicorns every day.
The question is, how do they keep that up for so long?
Yeah, that's unsustainable. That is completely unsustainable. Imagine if 5 people in a town died every single day.
Yeah, because I mean, that was one of the things with the Hearthwarming Eve pageant was that the unicorns raised the sun. It wasn't considered a big deal. Now it's like they added the stakes of it. They lose their magic when they do it because it's so much too much.
It drained them so much.
And it's like that.
I wonder if that's just lost in history,
or just possible one of those things where it's just possibly the writer, this new writer, by the way,
may have missed it.
Kaida Impambara, and yes, I probably butchered that, but
it's the best we can do.
There's a spot where there's no vowel. Yeah. But a new writer, it's possible they just kind of misread something. They had notes or something, they misread it, or someone took poor notes or whatever. Because I remember in the book, it was they could do it for a while, but they'd slowly burn themselves out. Now it says they could do it once. I suspect it's the former, because otherwise,
it's an unsustainable loss.
It would literally be like unicorns would have
power.
been wiped out very quickly.
Well, I mean,
or their magic would have been wiped out.
Dead, but yeah. You'd have no one.
Well, life they wouldn't have been wiped out anyway because no sun.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, everyone could only live in that narrow band in the middle of the planet.
That's only. Yeah. Yeah. That's how it would work.
That'd be a fun alternate universe fanfic. But anyway.
That would be an interesting writing prompt.
Yeah. No, Celestia and Luna didn't come along. Let me think. Luna was in the audience, by the way.
Luna was in the.
I'm not sure if Luna was aware of how bad her.
That's
the thing was we all seen Celestia's never been in a place, so we have no idea.
Right.
So it's possible Luna has no idea. She's just like, oh, this is going to be interesting.
This is going to be interesting. Bring the popcorn.
It's either A, she'll actually be good, or B, I have lots of blackmail material for the future.
Yep.
Beyond that, Dash was missing for a good chunk of the episode just because she was off.
She was off collecting everyone.
Telling everyone. Guess what, everyone? I told it. Oh, no.
I told the whole world, all of Equestria.
Just the last bright spark being extinct.
Just the last spark of hope being extinguished.
Oh, what I miss?
Dash did nothing wrong.
Yeah,
she's doing what she was supposed to.
She shouldn't. The one thing she did wrong was bragging about it at the worst possible time.
Well, I mean,
I did a great job.
She did. She did a great job.
Yeah, but that's not something you bring up at that point in time. You just keep that to yourself. That's not the time to brag about how great it was, especially when the thing you did so great ruined everything else.
Not her fault.
I know.
Not her fault.
It's still her fault that she bragged about it.
That's minor. Feel good about your accomplishments. Don't take it away from her.
Also,
she needed some sort of...
the various replacement suns after the first one was broken because there was a trapdoor for the sun, and Celestia threw a hat and it landed on the lever, and that hat was apparently heavy enough. Usually those levers, have a lot more resistance.
Usually.
And everyone collapsed, fell in, and broke it. So they had to find a replacement, and they tried a balloon, which popped. They tried a giant marshmallow.
Which tried to almost set things on fire.
They tried Rarity. I mean, no.
They tried lighting Rarity on fire. Applejack had none of that.
Yeah. And they tried fireworks.
Yeah, that was a
illegal back alley fireworks.
Illegal back alley fireworks from Trixie, nonetheless.
Just right there, the fact that Trixie sold them should right there give you like 1,000 red flags.
Yeah.
Why? Like, one they're from Trixie. 2, she's selling them in an alley. 3, it's at midnight. She's selling them. That right there, those 3 things are not a good combo.
Yeah. That whole thing maybe have a couple of questions. Like, haven't we seen like Twilight magically fix things before? Couldn't she have just put the original sun back together for 1? 2, the other one was just a balloon. I'm pretty sure Pinkie has a lot more balloons.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you just get another balloon and not let it rise to the ceiling?
But it's more fun this way.
I guess.
Also, Pinkie had Big Bertha.
A Big Bertha.
I don't need a
giant cannon.
Yeah. This is my head cannon. Lord. Also, we're already freaking out because I gotta make everything out of silk now.
Oh,
this is not good enough.
Gonna be here. Throw everything in the trash. Make it all out of silk.
That reminds me. There was an interesting bit. Is like Celestia's making the joke at the end after it's all said and done about none of you have to call me a princess anymore because
that one.
Quit the theater. I actually thought for a second it was actually gonna be a serious thing, not about the theater, but the actual you don't have to call me princess.
Yeah.
Because you're my friends.
Yeah.
It's like, at this point, Twilight probably should get in the habit of just calling her Celestia, which she's done in the past, she seems to regress pretty quickly.
Yeah. I would like to see that. I mean, because they've done so much, and they've interacted so much.
And they're supposed to ostensibly equals.
Well, I mean, all of them.
I know.
The entire main
I know,
6.
but particularly Twilight and Celestia is just
particularly
ostensibly equals.
I could have sworn that was a thing. Or is it when she ascended, I guess.
Season 4, they Celestia outright said we're equals now.
Yeah, don't bow to me. You're a princess now too.
But Twilight regressed very quickly when things went wrong.
Yeah, which I mean does make sense.
Yeah. Emotional element, and well, again, you're still fighting like something like 20-something years of habit.
There's lots of habit, and when you're in panic mode, you regress.
Oh, and Fluttershy got to be Celestia again. That's a callback to testing 1 2 3.
Yep.
She got to be Celestia.
Yeah, we got to see that outfit again.
Spike got to be a narrator again, which you'd think he's done this sort of thing before.
Yes, Spike did the narration for the Heartswarming thing.
And he hammed it up a bit there, too.
Yep.
But this, of course, at this point, again, stress. It's harder to improvise.
Yep.
Even when you're told to improvise, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Of course, who likes juggling?
Who likes? Oh, jeez. Hey, a free fruit, free food.
Free food. Free food. Oh no. Let's see. Starlight was useless, really. She didn't really have any purpose being there, but she didn't really do anything.
Yeah, she was just another
She was
character,
there.
just like the rest. Basically, just like the.
She was
rest
just
of the
taking
main
up
six.
space. That's
Well-
it. It's just like, because honestly, she just did nothing except make Twilight feel bad. At one
But
point.
you're not like a real princess.
Wow. Okay.
I get what you mean. What you means though. I
You get
mean,
extra chores around this castle now.
I get what you mean. I mean, it's. Yeah. She doesn't act like the princesses.
Which we find out, well, actually she kind of does. Just everyone's
Yeah.
got this big image of them, who
Yes.
they are in their heads. And,
and
it's like,
that's pretty much where it comes from.
Yeah.
You have the Regal sisters. People don't even treat Cadence like that, although
Yeah.
she's starting to establish that a little
of course,
bit
that
more.
because she's in a whole different area.
Yeah, that helps too.
And also, because the other thing is Twilight's, one of the big heroes of Equestria. You'd think, but
Yeah,
that's the
but
thing
when
is
you have
when
a
we see
personal
that
relationship
what
with
everyone
them-
everyone else when they meet Twilight, they go, "Holy crap, it's Twilight Sparkle."
Yeah, the
Princess
difference is when they have a personal relationship, and since Starlight lives in the castle with her,
Yep.
sees her every single day.
Still,
that
it's kind of
cha-
like that's rude.
Yeah.
First of all, that's rude.
when you have to live with someone after a while and you see who they actually are behind closed doors, it changes your perspective.
Yeah, but it's still like that's rude. Because even Twilight's like, "Gee, thanks."
Yeah, gave her the look.
And that's a look that means that I see that as you're gonna have me in trouble later. once we get past this, you're in trouble.
It was
But,
definitely an enjoyable episode. With the one issue of Celestia going super naive all out of the blue, and then suddenly remembering
Idiot ball.
how to be a prankster later, which is
Yeah,
like,
that was the other thing was the pranking lines. All of a sudden, she's acting really well.
yes, it's like, really?
Yeah, that was the ways that Celestia poorly acted. First, they're just whispering the lines and kind of like, no, louder. Oh, Royal Canterlot voice. No, wait, don't.
I think that's the first time we've actually heard Celestia use Royal Canterlot
Yeah,
voice.
but it's like, that was a nice one. It's like, oh
So
yeah,
that was
she has
kinda
one
cool.
too. I suspect Twilight does too, just because.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. Well, she's been pretty loud before.
Oh, that does remind me. I was hoping to see Twilight light on fire.
Oh yeah,
They had
yeah.
the-
She got
had the-
mad when she finally snapped and she
Yep.
jumped in the air with the red background and everything. It's like it's just like
It's
before,
just like except without the fire.
where's the fire?
Where's the fire? There's supposed to be a giant. Where's the explosion?
Supposed to be an Equestria shattering kaboom.
Oh, equestrian thespian
Yeah, Equestria
line. Yes.
That was the thing. But yeah, like or Celestia. Then just talk like you're talking to me, and then oh wow, that'd be more excited.
Yep. Just not quite getting her deliveries right.
Yeah,
that was a
she
thing.
She can't act.
She
she's
can't
not-
act.
She's not a good actress. Although another thing is, I find it funny that Celestia is a good stagehand.
Yes.
Much like her other pupil, Sunset Shimmer, is a good stagehand who knows how to react when things go very wrong with the play.
Interesting. Although, Celestia is known for being able to work behind the scenes.
Yep. But that's the
Pulling
thing.
the
That's the thing is
strings.
assumed is like she just plays chess behind the scenes and puts everything in the right spot so it all works out in the end.
Yep, 7-dimensional chess.
So it makes sense. It's just kind of interesting. This that weird little parallel. And also, the play was directed, written, and produced by Twilight Sparkle.
Yep. Because of course.
Who else is going to do it?
You get an executive producer and a story editor.
Cypher, the executive producer.
You get a story editor.
Keep that lore straight.
Yes. Yes.
Getting a little meta here. Also, I forgot Spike was wearing that director's outfit thing.
Oh, yes, he was.
Even though he wasn't the director, he was the co-director, I guess.
Assistant director.
What am I going to do? You're the coffee boy. Oh.
Oh. What is my purpose?
What's my purpose? To send mail. Oh my god.
The fax machine. I don't know. Can't think of anything else specifically to talk about in that episode now.
I mean, there's a heckler.
Oh, the hecklers. All the fancy ponies making fun of the ruined outfits.
Most of them were just laughing. One of them was the one that actually heckled.
Yeah. We saw Fancy Pants and Fleur de Lis there. They're sitting next to Luna.
Yep.
I can't remember if they were the hecklers.
They were laughing. No, there was a pony up behind them who was the heckling. Did all the actual heckling.
Darn
it's
hecklers.
Like, wow, you're heckling at a school play. Don't you feel good about yourself?
Yeah, they probably do. That's the only way they can.
It's just, I liked it how Celestia's getting all reminiscent about, her friends were in plays and stuff, and they look like fun, but I never got to participate because I was too busy with my magic studies, which we know is Star Swirl did it.
Star Swirl, darn it! He's around. You should go grab and wring his neck.
You ruined fun for everyone. You just ruin everyone's fun.
Oh man, that would be a great episode.
Local sorcerer ruins everything.
Have like an episode where they air their old grievances with Star Swirl. It's like, look, you are a good teacher, but you're also a horrible teacher.
You're also a horrible person. You were a horrible pony.
We have pent up problems and things. Like, have Celestia and Luna talk to a therapist. You sit
down. This has been brewing for over 1,000 years. You sit down.
Have like Celestia and Luna have a therapist to help them with their emotional trauma
baggage, 1,000 years of emotional baggage, and
then bring in Star Swirl. Oh yes, Star Swirl actually is back and still alive. We can have him in here instead of writing a letter to someone that's never gonna read it just to get it off your chest. You can actually bring him in now.
Yeah. Star Swirl. It's just everything they've revealed about Star Swirl just makes him look like a jerk.
He's a jerk.
I know, but it's just like.
He's a giant jerk.
Yeah.
He's a yeah.
Also, there's one thing people did notice. The giant firework is very similar to the one on the toy.
Oh, yes.
Or the statue figure thing.
Yes, the fan series Starlight Trixie.
Told you, it explodes.
It's a rocket. Rockets explode.
Yeah, it's like, Pinky, why did you think lighting a bunch of fireworks is in a ball like that was a good idea?
Yeah, I don't know. That was another weird one. It's like, Pinky, you knew better. Why did you do this?
Don't you? You lit them.
Why did you light them?
They explode. That's what they do. That's what they're designed to do. And also, Applejack building sets again, parallel to Equestria Girls Applejack, who built sets.
Yes. Although, didn't she also build the sets for that one Manhattan play?
Yeah, she did. But this is just funny, just making a set for
more
stuff. Though this time she didn't break her hoof or anything. now Dash has to do it. Except Dash doesn't have super speed. She's fast, but she's not that fast because she doesn't have a magical geode.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. All of it was ruined by the end anyway. So they had to use clouds.
Which actually worked quite well. Although, why were they purple? The clouds in the sky are purple because of the color of everything else. The clouds aren't. But then they stayed purple.
Because shut up.
I don't know, but the clouds were cool because then Star Swirl could just walk through the clouds and that was a cool effect.
Because shut up, that's why.
Yeah.
It's just, it was again really nice to see a genuine moment between Twilight and Celestia. Again, a nice big one. Then seeing them kind of grow, their relationship grow and change and evolve and all that stuff versus before it's just teacher and student. Now it's actual friends, and we see that Twilight is not this one. Twilight's not disappointed because she's afraid of disappointing her mentor. She's afraid of disappointing her friend.
Yes, disappointing a friend and sees hurting her friend's
opportunity.
Yeah.
To make a dream, because Celestia said she's always wanted to be part of a play, and Twilight sees an opportunity to make something that Celestia wants be a reality, and she tries to make it against. It's like, you can see in a way that's admirable. She's trying so hard to make Celestia happy for this one thing, even when it's clear it's not going to work. It's in a way it's admirable, even if ignoring Applejack and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but. It's kind of crazy because before old Twilight would be like it's because it'd be a fear of upsetting Celestia. Now it's because of she might banish me.
Yeah,
or whatever. Now it's a fear of disappointing our friend.
Yeah, it is nice to see that. This is something we've been asking for a long time. I'm happy we got it.
I mean, granted, I still wish Twilight would just call her Celestia, not Princess or Princess Celestia, but I guess maybe
Maybe in
next
the
season.
future.
Or maybe sometime this season. I don't know.
Yeah.
Still, it was just nice seeing Celestia also being a huge dork.
Yeah, it was great. Seeing her being a real person.
Real pony.
Yeah. It's great.
Nicole Oliver really did a great job.
Oh, she did a wonderful
It's nice
job.
they're finally giving her, stuff to do with Celestia that's not just advice dispensing.
Yep.
So yeah, it was fun.
It was.
It was actually, I said this last week, but now I think this is my new favorite for the season.
Yeah, it's definitely up there.
It's a great one, and the only big thing is just the idiot ball in the middle.
Yep.
And then that's the one thing I would honestly just say is kind of a big strike against it. Other than that, it's just niggling things. So that's the episode.
Of rambling about that.
Yeah, that's the episode. It was great. One of my favorites. Let's see how it holds up over the course of the rest of the season.
Yeah, see how well it holds up. See if we get any other really good ones.
Yeah, but we do, of course, have fan content, and that will start with music.
All right, so I've got 3 songs this week that I'm going to feature. First one is Violet Pony's Daybreaker. It's a little bit different than Violet's normal style. He tends to do a little bit softer stuff, although he does vary. This one's a lot harsher. It's got sort of a almost like thrasher punk kind of a feel to it. I really love it, and I really love the guitar work that was through this one. It's just a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, driving and harsh. Very harsh. Based on the vocals, you said this before. I'm surprised actually you feature this because the vocals are usually not your cup of tea. That sort of thing.
They aren't my normal cup of tea. There is a lot of like screamo in it, and I'm not usually a fan of screamo. But this is used more of a. It's not all screamo, so it's used to a good effect.
There's actually sections of it I think it kind of reminded me of The Used, if you remember them.
I think it's that same style.
Yeah, it's the sections kind of remind me of it. There's a few bits in there. It's like remind me of that sort of music. Also just word of warning, there is a couple bits of swearing.
Yeah, there's a content warning.
Just so you know.
Yeah, they drop some words, but it's really good. The next one that I'm going to feature is Undreamed Panic's The Beach. This one, unlike the last one, is very nice and mellow and soft, although it does pick up throughout it. It's a much smoother sort of song. It's really good. It's very peaceful. It's got good use of small vocal clips, not like the heavy vocal clips of some songs. This was just little bits here and there. It works really well, and I love the water sounds because it's the beach. Yes, it's really good. It's the first song, actually, off of a new album that Undreamed just put out.
Huh.
They're all really good.
Yeah, at times, not surprisingly, it has a vaguely tropical sound, which, duh. It's called The Beach.
It's called The Beach.
I mean, you could have a rainy beach or something, but that's just weird. Yeah, there's also some bits which just have kind of the 16-bit noises of sorts for it, like the old Genesis-esque, particularly certain blue mascot series on the Genesis sound.
Of which comics I just picked up.
Yeah. Gee, I wonder why you like it.
Well, I mean, that wasn't the main reason, but
I know, but It makes you wonder if there's some sort of subconscious thing.
Nah. I just like the style of music. Very good. Go check it and the rest of the album out. And the last song I'm going to feature this week is Brilliant Ventures' Moved On. I really enjoy this song. It's labeled dubstep, but it only has like parts of it that are dubsteppy, but it moves into other pieces. It's really good. I love the main melody throughout this. I love how it opens up with the guitar as well before it switches over into the synth for the same melody. I love how they did that. The vocal clipping in this song is great. It's heavier vocal clips than the last one. There's a lot of emotion in here too. That goes along with this one, especially if you go and read the description. This is sort of a sequel to an earlier song that Brilliant Venture put out called Moving On, involving stuff that's been going on with them, the fandom and stuff like that. I really enjoy this one, and I believe it's intended to kind of harken back to some of the earlier songs that came out in the fandom, the earlier styles and things that we used to do, and I think it did a really good job at that. I get sort of a nostalgic feel out of it.
Yeah. This one also has some 16-bit noises in it.
I wouldn't really call them 16.
It's very similar,
but it's like it's a square wave.
Oh no, the lot is very similar to the other song in listening, and I was listening to them back and back yesterday several times. I would actually claim it is 16-bit, but whatever.
It's probably not actually 16.
Also, there's a bit of a harsh bass.
Yes.
To it because again, dubstep dish.
Yeah, there is those sections where it drops into the wubs, the dubstep wubs,
the wubs,
wubs.
Wub you to death. Yeah, it's a pretty great song too.
It's great. I love it. So yes, that's all I've got for music.
Yep. And fanfic. No updates this week, surprisingly.
Surprisingly.
I do have one new featured one. This one's called Best Served Cold by Carapace. And yes, again, Carapace was someone we featured last time. This time it's a very different kind of fic than what we did.
Yes.
It's about Green Chrysalis. And she goes to Crystal Empire and decides, she's going to get revenge by going after Flurry Heart. And, well, Flurry Heart's awake in the middle of the night and, well, clearly older. And that changes the course of things quite a bit. And so Chrysalis gets her revenge in a very different way than she was planning.
Yes.
I'll just say that. It's 4,854 words, and it's a kind of interesting look, I guess, at how Chrysalis is and whatnot.
Yes.
Kind of liked it. I guess Chrysalis kind of just changing her plan just to account for how a better way to, rather than just, trying to do whatever with Flurry Heart. Changes a little bit.
Yes.
Mess with cadence a bit.
It was definitely an interesting story. I did enjoy it.
I mean, it's hard to talk about with
It is not like there's a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it's clear that Flurry Heart's a bit older in this because she's actually talking.
Yeah.
And forming coherent sentences or coherent, I guess, expressions rather than just babble.
It wasn't just baby speak.
Yeah, she was cognizant.
Yeah, so maybe like
5 or 6 probably.
Yeah, around 5, give or take.
Yeah, so it's interesting. It's an interesting idea, and I'd actually like to see where this would go personally. I
don't know if it would though.
I don't know. I just would like to see, I guess future interactions and whatnot. But it's kind of a thing. It's kind of a common trope where it's like, in this, which it's this thing which often is romanticized in media, but is not necessarily a good thing. The concept it plays with, which again I don't want to tell you what it is.
Yeah.
But the concept it plays with is something that's typically seen as a good thing, and in this, it's not necessarily a good thing.
Yeah.
But it could be a good thing, depending on how it plays out.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by I want to see how that goes, like particularly for the characters involved, like where does Chrysalis go from there and whatnot.
Yeah. I would like to see it where it goes, but it's also the way it ended is not
Not necessary.
It doesn't need.
No, it doesn't
It's
need
not
it, but
like
I'm
there's going to be
intrigued
one.
enough to want to
But
see
yeah,
more.
It would be interesting to see more.
Is my thing.
Yeah.
So go check that out.
Yep.
It's a fairly short read.
Yep.
And that is that.
That's all, folks.
Mm-hmm. Actually, Maldo might have another fic I have planned for next week.
Oh.
I think I'm going to go ahead and feature this one. I've been sitting on it for like a month now.
Oh. You have to send it to me so I can start reading it.
But anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed actually today's MLP episode too.
Yes.
If you liked what you heard, you can see past and future episodes at pony411.libsyn.com. Again, spelled Libsyn. You can subscribe via the RSS feed there and whatnot. You can also find us on youtube.com/pony411 and like, comment, subscribe there, notification bells, all that jazz.
All that jazz, because YouTube is yes.
There's also iTunes. Search for Pony411 on there and subscribe, rate, and review. And there's play.google.com/music. You can search for Pony411 and subscribe there. There's also the Stitcher.com and iOS and Android apps for that. Search for Pony411 and subscribe there if you want. It's a lot of weird ways, subscriptions and blah.
Blah.
There's also ponyvillelive.com. You can find us there. It's the YouTube link, but if you want to, you can find us there and find a bunch of radio stations, including Ponyville FM, where we air every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to check us out, you can do that so there. And, of course, check out DJs and other music and whatnot.
Yeah.
As you please.
It's a great station.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, you can contact us via email, pony411podcast@gmail.com. Questions, criticisms, concerns. What do you think about this episode? Did you disagree with us? Do you think we're being too harsh on the idiot ball thing? What? Do you think we misinterpreted something? I don't know. What do you think of the fixture and music we featured? Of course, contact us via Facebook, facebook.com/pony411. Like us there, see new episodes as they come out, photos of conventions past, and all that jazz. And, of course, there's our usual social media thing, Twitter. We're at Pony411.
Tweet.
Yep. Where we make clever observations.
Clever observations, also known as poor jokes and puns.
Or posting. Certain kind of posting. There's that. And, of course, you can contact our personal Twitters. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1, and he's at Alcatraz, the 7-7T, and an underscore at the end. We'll probably be postly tweeting about Infinity War by the time you hear this, or have tweeted about it.
Yeah, probably before you hear this.
And also, you might see me complaining about online gaming sometimes, or Transformers or whatever. And with him, pictures of ponies.
Ponies! And maybe some weird things that I'm messing with here and there. I don't know.
So, that's it for this episode. Again, hope you enjoyed. And I hope you tune in next week when we talk about the upcoming episode, which is the Parent Map.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I know what that one is, and I'm not looking forward to it. So, well, I guess join us then. And until then, though, please pony responsibly, guys. See ya.
See ya.